Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn, episode 43 of the Burundi playthrough. Keeps crashing. So something's going on. Let's do some investment. I've crashed 3 times in this section. So I'm going to leave it paused, unfortunately. So yeah, Equatorial Guinea. Basically, we're going to have to let this go by. Egypt's guaranteeing them. Same with the Sudan. So Egypt's been making moves in the background, kind of stopping our progression north. We will have to integrate these new territories and push towards Nigeria. But right now we're dealing with our problems in the south. To me, those look like Egyptian flags. Possibly? No, those are Sudanese. I'm gonna leave units up there. What units do we have around? Bunch of divisional units that need to be converted. These can stop training for a second. Two more modern mechanized units. Put those in their own army group. 10th and 9th. I'm gonna make all these actually spades like I kept saying they were, but I kept making them hearts. Oh. Yeah. We're at 10th and 9th army. 8th. Okay, so then this should be the 11th. Go 11th. Army there. And we'll change the symbol so I know that it's more modern. Let's see if it's other things loading. Like maybe some assets with some of these countries or something. Alright. Let's see if I can progress without crashing. Please go a day. I apologize for how long this takes. I am going to leave it in the recording if it works. Just because I don't want to like skip time too much. Kind of the point of all those. This is where it ends. This may be where it ends. Are we a superpower? We're just a major power. We're not even a great power. I think Europe actually controls too much. We made it to the next day. That's interesting. Yeah, so if we look at the economy here. We're almost to 40 trillion. Kind of puts us as 4th place in like our own category. Check out how we're doing. We have an election in a couple months. What I'm seeing, we have an available war goal. I just don't want to start a conflict with Egypt right away. Egypt's actually kind of a power right now. I don't have a navy. If I had a navy, I would do it. I just can't impose restrictions on their unit flow. So they can just land wherever. Kind of the same issue we'd have here if we let South Africa grow more. Like, I'm not worried about possibly 8 units coming around in the back line. Like, they'll make progress, but I can stem it. I'm gonna try and pick the speed up and hopefully we can keep going. Doesn't just freak out. It made it through whatever it was doing. That seems better. Thermal camo. Now I have a bunch of wastrel units on this line. Let's deal with these special forces groups. So this is up here. We want to collapse this so it's smaller. So something like that. I'm going to change these symbols. I'm going to make them in like star. I can tell that they're ranger groups. Oh, hello. Did we just get what we needed? Finally, we can have rockets. Unassigned divisions. Oh. With no attack helis, though? Okay, this is... I can't use it, though. Do we only have one? No, we got a full complement. This does warrant me making everything for them. We'll do it. Marine Operations Command is MOCOM. It just sounds cooler. This will be Marine. No, we'll do MOCOM Defense Force. Usually did something like Marine Defense Force, something lame. Can I get a commander that's actually got special forces? By any chance, anyone, anywhere? Some of these regular generals. Offensive doctrine. Honestly, For defensive, I might use this one just because I really don't care. Like, he's not going to be a frontline guy. That makes sense. So, this will be reserves to defend kind of our coast in case we get invaded. Effectively, where that unit will be, and there'll be a training unit. Get the anchor. Did just get the quad mount. We can start on our frames. The Ranger divisions. We're gonna move them up. So all of them just jump into the training division. I don't really care where they go. We're not using them. Like that right now. Okay. We'll use them to reinforce a different area at some point. I do want to address our steel problem somehow, but I don't really have a solution for this right now. We're importing wild amounts of steel. I don't know what we're gonna do for the Navy. Like, how we're gonna supply ourselves to build ships if just our military's consuming that much. Like, that's going to be a huge problem. And that's just for reinforcement of whatever divisions we're putting out. Military factories are being built, regular facilities, power plants. Probably, yeah, we're definitely going to need more power building. So let's get 2 stacks on order and push those up. Okay. Where are... Yeah, if I can't do an operation up north with group 2, group 3, yeah, so we're gonna move army group 2 down as reserves along this east coast. I really would like to have made something go down there, but not gonna happen. It would have been good for the episode. Very entertaining fight. But we'd lose. Entertaining, but poor in execution. That's a group of 50. We're gonna move to here. I don't have any of my close air support stuff built up yet either, so another reason to just not item yet. Alright, let's move our groups here. They should have enough range. Oh, that's awesome. More airlift wings. Don't forget to actually give them a task. Alright. Have this, yeah. There are 100 planes that we'll have. Pretty quick, hopefully, but you know how that goes. Yeah, I need drones and I need gunships. Kind of where we're lacking in air superiority right now. Looks like we're getting all the tanks upgraded though already. The 2A1 models. We're stockpiling anti-air. On an ATGMs. Somebody's ready. But yeah, no, I think I crashed 5 times at the beginning of this episode. So the cut is going to be wild for, what is this, episode 44? I closed a lot of things that I usually have open to like kind of guide me on where I'm at, so I apologize if I'm wrong. But this was not a smooth recording session for trying to get the footage. Not by any means. No, does it tell us how close we are? We are 2.9% towards... Okay, and we need 6.5. You have to be free of foreign influence, of which China is being a nuisance. Alright, we're actually going to work on our first rockets and start doing that. Or OLVs, orbital launch vehicles. We gotta play catch up there. The missile game is a whole nother issue. I don't even have launch sites built. I'm thinking about it. Make one right there. At some point, definitely gonna put defensive short range interceptors all over our central region by the capital. We'll expand that later. Could actually boost this up a little bit. How are we doing on roads? Actually get them up to speed. Network. They have internet, but they don't have roads. That's kind of ridiculous. It's something special is all I have to say to that. Then we'll give them each an office complex. Just to help boost the GDP per capita whenever they do get integrated. I'm not looking forward to that too much, because one of them I think had 1 billion oil refineries or power plants. So I'm not exactly prepped to handle that. How are we looking at? We have 3 million manpower. Our pop's only 400 million. Okay. Decommission that. We don't need that. Don't need that. I am gonna have to upgrade our templates. I don't think I have to attack anyone. Yeah, we're ahead still. Attack the emerging outlook imbeciles. Love that. Absolutely comedic. Yeah, we're working through a lot of what we need upgraded. Haven't checked rail lines in a minute. Probably do that. Looks like our supply is actually suffering here. That's interesting. For an addition, if we push from this side, we'll have supply. Oh, and here. We do have a semi-integrated rail network with them. Honestly, I could bump this up. I would rather this goes like that. Gets off being a direct border. And enters that way. And I would love to boost this up too. So that we have another supply line. It's size 6 rail. Can do alright, let's get reelected. Yeah, I'm just gonna boost our rail network around the lake. Maybe later on that might matter. We may get attacked or something. Because they could push up from this coast. These look like everything's upgraded. All our main ports. I don't really have like a very defensible shipyard area. I don't like the African coast. I'm gonna have to take Madagascar to kind of give us a early warning. Yeah, we need cybersecurity before we start getting more operatives, because more operatives just make it harder for me to manage. It's not like we can target 20 countries right now. And they're all gonna get captured because our operatives aren't even good. So, like, that's the facts. The truth of the matter. And how are we looking? Still the same amount of air divisions. They've stockpiled equivalent equipment. And a lot of it. They have F-22 Raptors. Where was... I swear I saw they had F-22. Okay. This may be more challenging than I thought. We just have more units, so bring it on. Son of a... Get some drones for once. Is that a... Oh, that's just a expeditionary division. Can y'all just keep your units? Really filling up and clogging my theater panels here. AI. That's good. You have 15 active projects, so I can't even invest right now. I guess I could look at energy infrastructure. Or storage. I figured. Someday we may have to go to war for oil. It is not that day yet. But I definitely want our stockpile to be higher than it is. As long as we don't go to war with the US, we'll have oil. I do think we are going to have to make incursions into what is now the United States of Europe territory for oil. And kind of get on this war that is stalled out. And join China. As soon as we get a navy, we have to do that pretty quick. I'm curious how the naval battles have gone, because it looks like the United States is actually taking Taiwan and then landed in China. But they're maybe stuck? They also took over parts of Japan. who is at war with the United States actively. Oh, they're part of East, so they're part of the Chinese faction. They're not puppeted either. They did that willingly. Alright, well, that's the end of the episode, so I'll pause it there. See you next time.